Hi, this is Tom Pritscher again with Mind Game number 2. We're talking today, or at first, about the mental body or the mind, and then we're going to go into the light body where we deal with photons, and that has a lot to do with quantum physics, but the whole mind game has to do with the quantum physics observer effect. So that's very important. So, well, now that you're getting an idea of that we're in a game, the mind game, here's some things we can do. And the first thing I have to tell you about is the story of the fly and the spider, or I should say the spider and the fly. And this is something that when you begin to operate at deeper levels of consciousness, like I said before in earlier videos, you don't do meditation, you are the meditation. And it all has to do with your level of consciousness, how aware you are, and how you observe things. So, and that all relates to how strong you are. Remember we talked about what you defend against, you make real. And okay, this is like a model to make your every moment a meditation, and it'll help you put things into perspective and how to begin to play the mind game. And remember, it's your every moment. Okay, the spider and the fly. Now, there's a spider web. There's a spider web somewhere, and a fly flies into the spider web, and it gets tangled up in the web, and the spider that's centered and sitting at the center of the web feels the vibrations and knows exactly where to go, and goes out and experiences that fly and does what spiders do, and then comes back to the center. Well, the mind game is a lot like that, in the sense that something comes into your mind net. Oh wait, I have to back up. So our reality that we've made up for ourselves is something like that. But the problem is with weaker levels of consciousness, where you have to protect yourself, where you're in the big bubble, where you're overshadowed by things, you become a victim of the fly. In other words, when you're weak, the fly gets the spider. And that's like being lost up in the big bubble, being overshadowed by your past experiences, and let's just say anger. When anger's in control, it's got you. That's like the fly getting the spider. So in the mind game and in our making every moment a meditation, why? Because you are the meditation. And here's how to make that real. So now, you know, my MO here is sort of to introduce things and then get deeper and deeper and deeper into them. So I repeat myself, but when I repeat myself, I'm usually taking it to a deeper level of consciousness, or that I realize that you need to hear certain things over and over again, because sometimes it's in one ear and out the other, if especially if you're up in the bigger bubble. So now here's the practice, and just try it. You can do this in every moment, in every situation, and it works with the other things that we're doing, especially like the eye movements and breath. Now we've learned 1 and 2 eye movement and breath meditations, and they're in the sacred place, as is the bubble diagram. So you sort of have to go back and go to the series Sacred Place. And yes, I'm making this a little difficult for you, because when you get things too easy, you don't appreciate it. Something like that. You sort of have to. Another way of saying that is you have to do it for yourself. You have to pull everything together, and that's why I call this overall series Camera Sutras. A sutra is a stitch that sews things together, and it's also that thread that leads you to sacred place. And we'll talk a lot more about that later. So something comes into your mind net, and instead of being lost in anger or whatever, usually it's the emotions that overshadow us. And remember, emotions are just energy, but energy in the body. And there's no good energy or bad energy. It's just energy, and it's how we observe it is how we create our reality. How we observe it, meaning at what level of consciousness or with what amount of awareness and clarity and stuff like that. So, in general, with everything, become more aware and deepen your level of consciousness. This is a very powerful meditation. And so something comes into your mind net, and you go out and meet it with your awareness. You face it. You don't let the fly get the spider. The spider goes out and gets the fly and experiences it fully, and then comes back to the center. If you don't experience things fully, remember we talked about the tears in the fabric of your being? That's when you don't experience it fully, you don't recover from the stress and trauma, and that's where the trouble starts with, because we have to make up a reality or try to make sense of what happened, so we feel okay. And there's nothing the matter with that. It all comes back to your level of consciousness and how strong you are. So, you have a thought. You hear something that irritates you. Whatever comes into your mind net, be aware of it. Now, don't defend against it. Remember, what you defend against, you make real, but experience it fully. When you experience it fully, the tear begins to heal or heals completely. And that's how you do it. Because remember, it's all about becoming whole. And the more we deepen our level of consciousness, the more the more we deepen, the closer we are to sacred place, to our source, origin, essence, presence, and then we bring that awareness, depth of consciousness, non-judgment, kindness, compassion, whatever the attributes are there at our deeper level of consciousness. That's what we bring to the world and to those around us, and that's how we create our reality. As you know, I'm very big on the difference between reality and truth. And we talked about symbol, metaphor, and I'm not going to get into that right now, although I might like to, but this time has to be limited to fit on the YouTube channel that I'm on. So, that's it. Something comes into your mind net, just be aware of it. Now, how do you get centered? And there's many ways. First, you do the eye movements and the breath, and then you just observe your breath. I like to observe some people observe the breath at the nostrils, and that's very good. I like to follow the breath all the way down to my belly, so the breath goes inside of me fully, and I'm aware that my belly expands with the inhalation, belly breathing, and contracts when I exhale. So now I am totally aware of my inhalation and exhalation, and by maybe observing my belly going in and out, however it is best for you, or you can just experience it at the nostrils. A lot of people like that. Whatever is best for you. Then